What is it? Probably one of the more niche choices in the Volkswagen lineup. With all of the unfavorable press diesel has been getting recently, cars such as this oil-burning Polo Supermini are falling out of favor with the general public. So far, 2018 has seen diesel sales as a whole drop by nearly a third compared with the same period last year, says the SMMT. Nevertheless, there are still those who might find the idea of a small, affordable and economical Supermini an appealing one, namely fleet buyers, we're guessing, or else Volkswagen wouldn't offer one. Well, offer two, more specifically. In addition to the numerous petrol engine variants you can buy, the Polo is also available with a 1.6-liter, 4-cylinder diesel, which develops 79 bhp in its most basic state of tune, and 94 bhp in our 19,690 pound cell specification test car. In addition to the healthy level of kit that comes at this trim level, think 8.0 and discover navigation infotainment system, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto connectivity, all-round parking sensors and plenty of active safety tech. You'll also get a Polo that's cheap to tax, and cheap to run. Volkswagen claims it'll manage 74.3 miles per gallon on the combined cycle, while CO2 emissions of 99 grams/km mean it has a benefit-in-kind rate of 24%. What's it like? While there's not a huge amount here for keener drivers to get excited about, the Polo TDI retains the sure-footed, predictable dynamic qualities of its petrol-powered brethren. The steering is reasonably light and relatively quick, lending the Polo plenty of agility around town, while at motorway speeds it carries with it the same sense of calm you'd find in a larger Volkswagen Group product. It's not quite as nimble or rewarding as an equivalent Ford Fiesta or Seat Ibiza, though. Its strut-type front-end torsion beam rear suspension keep lateral roll and vertical travel in check through bends and over undulating surfaces, while its slow-speed ride is, for the most part, equally as comfortable and inoffensive. Our only complaint here is that the optional 17N alloys fitted to our test vehicle emphasize imperfections in the road surface to a degree that the standard 16s do not. That diesel engine, meanwhile, lends the Polo a fair amount of punch. While its 185 pounds-foot of torque is available from 1,500 revolutions per minute, it doesn't feel particularly enthusiastic until the revs stray above 2,000 revolutions per minute, at which point the acceleration will arrive in a surge. Refinement isn't particularly noteworthy, either, with a noticeable grumble both at a standstill and under throttle. Still, once you're up to speed, things settle down. Getting up to speed is an easy process, too. The pedals are all sensibly spaced and weighted, while the 5-speed manual transmission that comes as standard at this level is positive and short in throw. It's not going to make you want to engage with it more than you need to, though. The driving position, meanwhile, is spot on thanks to plenty of adjustability in the seats and steering column. As for the cabin, it carries with it a more upmarket feel than you get from many other contenders in this market segment. Central to this is Volkswagen's Discover navigation infotainment system that, thanks to its slick graphics and sharp responsiveness, is about as close to class-leading as you can get. Our test car also featured the Active Info display, which replaces the Polo's standard dials with a 10.3 TFT customizable screen that can show the sat-nav map in between the dials, trip information, phone contacts and more. In a similar fashion to the 8-inch screen in the central dash fascia, the Active Info display is incredibly easy to read and interact with, and certainly worth the £325 asking price. Interior space, meanwhile, isn't quite as tight as you may expect it to be in a car in this class. 2 adults will be able to sit in the back in reasonable comfort, provided they're around the 6-foot mark, owing to decent leg and headroom. Boot space, meanwhile, comes in at 351 liters with the rear seats in place. By way of comparison, a Seat Ibiza has 355 liters, while a Honda Jazz manages 354. Unless you're absolutely adamant that you're going to be spending a good deal of time covering a good deal of miles, chances are you'll be better off going for one of the petrol-powered Polos. In the same cell specification as our test car, a 1.0-liter, 113 bhp petrol model costs £1,130 less, emits 7 grams/km of CO2 more and manages a claimed 60.1 miles per gallon economy figure. Those who opt for the 1.6 TDI, though, should know it's predicted to fare reasonably well against its rivals as far as depreciation is concerned. Over 3 years and 36,000 miles, it's expected to retain 40% of its value. By comparison, the petrol Polo is forecast to hold 43%, while the comparable diesel Ford Fiesta and Seat Ibiza will manage 39% and 32% respectively.